up, y'all? Entertainment attorney Stephanie Hay here, and I went to South by Southwest 2024, so you don't have to. And I want to talk today about demystifying distribution. So one of the sessions this year was talking about film distribution, and I found that there were some things in that session that were really helpful. So I thought I'd share like the top 3 things that I think you should know. So first, let's talk about audience. These film distribution companies are looking at your projects, but when you start trying to figure out like, okay, so what exactly are they looking for? They want you to be able to clearly identify who your audience for your project is. Who exactly are you targeting? Is it females between a certain age group? Is it males between a certain age group? Who is your target audience? And that should be very clear within your project. By identifying who your audience is, it ties into who you're marketing to. So at the onset of the project, once you have your script and things like that together, you need to be able to clearly identify who is this going to sell to? Who am I going to be able to sell this film to? And when I say sell the film to, who is the target audience that your distribution company eventually will be able to sell that film to, okay? So within that same conversation, one of the things they pointed out is save your passion projects. Your passion project should not be the very first project that you're trying to produce or get out there. In you trying to put your project out there, especially from an indie standpoint, without, recognition of that celebrity that's going to be in there, things like that, you should be making a good product in itself. And the products that right now are selling are genre based. So what genre does your picture fall into? And within that genre, start to explore and expand and show these distribution companies that you can hype up the suspense, that you can do good with drama within that particular genre. That's what they're trying to see. But the big drama pictures that or the pictures that have historical context to them without the big celebrity name, they're really not looking at those individual projects as something that they're looking to distribute. So focus on the genre and focus on being able to identify who your target audience is for your project in order to get it sold, okay? Next, let's talk about how to make your project more interesting and what they're looking for from an organizational standpoint and a business standpoint. And what is that? They're looking at legal. So yes, you have a great project, but what's next? There's a whole lot of business stuff that goes behind what makes a final project once it's complete. They want to know, is legal done? Do you have all your licensing done? Do you have all of your copyright information secure? Do you have all the contracts for all of the talent above and below the line that participated in the film? Do you have those things in order? Is your legal straight, right? Do you license all the music properly? Those are the things that they want to know, because if it's going to be a headache for you to go back and get those things, or you haven't done them, so they have to kind of step in and help you, it's a deterrent to moving forward with you for the project. So make sure your legal is on point. And I would suggest, as an attorney, when I'm working with clients, those are the things that, as you're working with a lawyer, you want to bring them on early, because if you bring them on early, they can help guide you through that process and make sure before you even approach a distribution company that you have all of those documents together, chain of title, things like that, prior to. So when it's ready for distribution and you have somebody approach you, all we have to do is drop the Dropbox file with everything that they need. So legal is going to be important from a production standpoint when you're ready to get your film to the distributor, okay? Are you loving the content? If so, like, share, and subscribe. The next thing they want to know is small stuff like photos on set. Was there a photographer on set taking pictures? Because they're going to need those things for marketing, right? For trailers, things like that. So did you have people like that on set to make sure that you can provide not just the product itself, which is the film, but ancillary content that helps, once again, build the audience and build the project outside of just being able to premiere it on a streaming platform or provide it to the distribution company. So that's also going to be important as you're looking to pair with a distributor and as you're prepared, because if you are prepared, you don't have to get ready, right? There you go. So, and then finally, let's talk about a sales agent. Sales agents can be important, but they may not be. And when do you approach a sales agent? When do you need a sales agent, right? So the sales agent, you have to make a determination if you're going to bring on a sales agent early. And when I say early, more so like during the phase of production, so they can help with the packaging and the marketing of your project. Or are you going to approach a sales agent once the project is done and you're saying, hey, here's my project, take a look at it, let me know if this is something that you're interested in. And when you're doing that on the back end with a sales agent, one thing they're going to be looking at is this a good fit as far as relationship wise? And do they see the vision that you set forth from a marketing perspective? Because the sales agent is going to be asking you, okay, so how do you see us marketing this film? Going back to our original point, who is the audience that we should be marketing this film to? And if they can't easily identify that, and if the vision is not clear, they are not going to be looking, unfortunately, to work with you, because it should be very clear what the vision is for the project and who your audience is as you're moving forward, to really have a sales agent take your project and be able to sell it to a distribution company. Because the point in working, of course, with the sales agent is to foster that relationship. They foster the relationships with the distribution company that you are helping and engaging them to leverage for your film, right? So with that being said, you want to engage those relationships. So they got to be able to understand, okay, who's the market, who's the audience, what are you trying to do here? So they can identify based on their roster of contacts, which distribution company would probably work best with your project, which company is looking for a project like yours, okay? So that's going to be important. And then finally, pitching your project to film festivals. They stress the importance of doing that, because if nobody is approaching you, the best way to get eyes, a bunch of eyes on your project, is to go to these branded film festivals like a South by Southwest, because the shoppers are in the audience. They're looking at these projects. And of course, you have more leverage when they are approaching you versus you beating down their door to say, hey, I got this project that I want you to take a look at. They are here at festivals like South by to view projects openly, but without the pressure of feeling like, okay, I got to make a decision. They're here to do that. So you want as many eyes on your project as possible. So participating in as many film festivals as possible is a way to get your project out there and to get them to approach you, to engage you, to say, hey, I think you have a really great project. Let's sit down. Let's have that conversation. Okay. So think about that as you're preparing your projects from inception until, final principal photography. What is going to be your audience? Who are you marketing this project to? What genre is it going to fall in, and how can they take your product and be able to present it to the masses in a clear and concise way? If you are not able to do that, I suggest you going back to the drawing board with your project, because that's how they're going to sell it. Because remember, despite how great it may be, they need to be able to sell it, and they need to know who they're selling it to. Okay. Hope that helps. Bye. If you found the information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe for more information.